Morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the agenda review, January 17th. May we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. City Manager Bob Layton.
Thank you, Mayor. For the 21st, on the first page, 3 proclamations. Also have a special presentation from the Superintendent of 259 talking about graduation rates in the system. And then James Barfield is shown in public agenda. Page 2, we have a piece of unfinished business. The first item there would concur with the finding that the taking of approximately 3.9 acres of parkland and the temporary closing and reconstruction of about 1/3 of a mile of bike trail in the vicinity of K96 for improvements that are planned for K96, that this taking would have no significant impact on our park system. That would be the finding. One of the things we'll mention during the presentation is that the KDOT is going to pay for the acquisition of the property, and those funds will go back into the into the park system, into park amenities. And those will be identified in the future with consultation and approval by the park board.
I haven't thoroughly enjoyed my packet yet, and I'm sorry, I will over the weekend, but in the agenda item, does it talk about because this went before park board and it passed unanimously?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
So, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Number 1, under new council business, would approve $11,650,000 for 6 water improvement projects. Page 3, number 2, would approve a contract for the installation of a new irrigation system at Sim Golf Course. Number 3, would approve amendments to the ballpark facility maintenance and use agreement to recognize the change in ownership that occurred a few years ago and some changes in the franchise status since the minor league baseball is now controlled by Major League Baseball, and then establish a payment schedule for naming rights revenue from the team.
How long is this contract again?
Well, the naming rights is 15 years. I don't remember the length of the term on this agreement. We'll have that for you.
And it starts at $117,500 the first year. What's the total that the city will receive?
Almost just short of $2.2 million.
And can we have a copy of the original contract that was not part of the agenda packet? This is just a revision, is that correct?
The full agreement?
Or where can we find the full agreement?
I'll send that out to you.
Thank you.
Number 4 would approve the use of $125,000 in available Hyatt proceeds for cancer screenings related to contamination sites in Sedgwick County, and approximately $32,449 for the implementation of the transit plan. A reminder, there is already Hyatt funds for the implementation of the transit plan. This would add to that fund. Number 5 would approve the annexation of 4.73 acres of land at West MacArthur and West Southwest Boulevard. Page 4, number 1, asks the council to appoint a 3 council member panel to hear an appeal of a liquor license suspension. Items 2 and 3 would approve travel. I have nothing on page 6. On page 7, number 5 is your annual approval of the order of succession for the positions below vice mayor. So it doesn't include the mayor and vice mayor, but should something happen and neither of those individuals are able to perform their duties, we would then utilize the order of succession. Wasn't going to say that, but.
That's the burden we carry.
Number 6 would approve VOCA funding to support the Victims Advocate Unit. Number 7 would approve grant funding to add police officers to ICT 2, 3, and 4 units. That's all I have on page 7. I do not have anything on, actually, Mayor, that is all I have on the 21st. Just a quick review of the consent agenda for the 28th. The preliminary draft. Just a few things to highlight. We would have a second amendment to our memorandum of understanding with SEIU. This would allow for the ongoing funding of the positions at the new water treatment plant and the special payment that we have implemented, or compensation plan that we've implemented for those employees. 4B is an agreement to monitor the quality of our water because we're coming from multiple facilities once the new water treatment plant comes on. So we need to make sure that we have the proper mix and treatment of the water. On page 5, if you're following the agenda, C is our annual on-call heating, ventilation, air conditioning services contracts. 5A is a change order to make some changes to the traffic signals associated with the conversion of two-way streets downtown. Number 8 continues our participation and some funding for the Drug Enforcement Agency High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Task Force. And I think that's pretty much it, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager. Council members, any items that you'd like to bring forward?
Yes, Bob, on Tuesday's council agenda for the appeal panel, I can't remember, did we create a policy on that? I think the last one we had was Councilmember Tuttle, myself, and former Councilmember Blueball, but I couldn't remember if it was always the council member of the district, and then it rotated on the other two.
I do believe there's a policy. You're always on it. No.
I thought it was the newbies, honestly, the 3 newbies, but.
It's a council member in the district, and then we started 1, 2.
Yeah,
And so
rotating.
then it would be 3, 4, unless it's in that district. Does that make sense?
That's my recollection as well.
Okay.
Jennifer, do you remember?
That's correct.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you're, so what district is it? I think it's District 1.
Okay.
So it'd be you and you.
Yes.
I'm in.
Councilmember Hoheisel.
Heavy the head, like I said, heavy the head.
Marley's on.
I'll just say something really quick. It is MLK weekend, so there are several Martin Luther King observations events, and a Rise breakfast, and a MLK event at noon on Monday. Anything else I'm missing, Councilmember Johnson?
The event Monday at noon is at the Metroplex, Greater Wichita Ministerial League, and tonight, I believe, at Calvary Baptist Church is a celebration at 7:06 p.m.
I believe Pastor Moore at the Christian Faith Center off of Pawnee is having a lunch tomorrow as well, so just another event to put on the calendar.
Thank you, council members. And I think Councilmember Glasscock is also joining us. So now we have Marley with our legislative agenda.
Andy. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Happy first week of session. This is going to be a very quick and intense session, which counts weekends and holidays. So as of Tuesday next week, there's 82 days left in session. The big news this week was the Governor's State of the State. In her State of the State, she did propose $30 million for water conservation. This is specifically for the Ogallala Aquifer in western Kansas, but there was no specificity on how the dollars should be spent. In addition, she did propose some dollars for childcare funding as well. In the legislature, the Senate Tax Committee did hear SCR 1603, which would be a 3% valuation cap on assessed properties. Looking at the testimony, there were cities, counties, farm groups on both sides of the bill. The legislature is looking to work that bill on Tuesday. In addition, just some additional notes from the email that Jim sent out earlier this morning. House Bill 2024 came out in today's bill packet, and that is a firefighter's tax credit for $250 per year for cancer screenings. In addition, there were two bills that came out that would eliminate the 3-mile rule for planning and zoning authority for cities, and that is House Bill 2025 as well as Senate Bill 37. I look forward to seeing the majority of you in Topeka on Wednesday, and you guys should all have your schedules. If you have any questions, please let me know. You should all have my cell number as well as Jim's, so please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. And with that, I'll turn it over for questions.
No questions from council members. Thank you, Marley.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Anything else, council members? I see none. We will adjourn. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.